So let's talk about the Collaborators. I mentioned Harland and Wolff in Belfast, Ireland. They're actually still in business. And one of the things I found interesting, because I work with a lot of requirements in IT, was what were the requirements, the safety requirements for the ship. So this is a cross-section. Each one of those dark vertical lines represents a watertight compartment. Now you'll notice that the watertight compartments did not go up to the hull line. They were not sealed. So the requirements stated that the first 4 compartments could flood, or any 2 adjacent compartments. So the first 4 was that if the ship ran into something, okay? And any adjacent 2, that's if a ship ran into you. And so I wondered if there's any precedent for the first 4 and any adjacent 2. Well, I didn't have to look too far. Because in 1907, the White Star liner Subic, built by Harland and Wolff, runs aground by the head. And despite their best efforts to pull it off, they cannot pull the ship off. Now, White Star Line has 2 really bad options. They can either salvage the useful equipment off the ship and sell the rest of it for scrap, in which case they would get something like pennies on the dollar, okay? The other option is they could file an insurance claim for a total loss of the ship, but if they do that, what's going to happen? Anybody ever been in an accident before? What happens to your rates? They go up because you're more of a risk. So let me ask you a question. I know there's a lot of finance majors in here. Which of those 2 options would you choose? Let me just give you an idea of how badly they screwed up. That's how far off course they were. So which one do you pick? There's only one right answer. Let me give you a hint. Let's say I'm the chief financial officer, and you come to me and say, hey boss, the Subic ran aground, we did all this stuff, we can't get it unstuck, what should we do? What am I going to tell you? What am I going to tell you we should do? There's only one right answer. It depends. Very good. That must be one of my students. It depends on what, Seraphin? Think it through.
Depends on, I guess, what would be the cheapest.
What would be the cheapest, right? If we file a claim, we're going to get some money, okay? We may have to pay off the balance due on the ship, and our rates are going to go up. That's one thing. Or you could say, we'll sell it, right? We'll scrap it, and we get pennies on the dollar. Well, as unbelievable as may sound, they actually chose a third option. They took dynamite, and they blasted the ship into 2 pieces. Just to give you an idea of scale, that's how big it was. They closed the watertight doors. They drove the back part of the ship in reverse under its own power 100 miles back to port. And here she is in port. You could see the horrific damage to the forward part of the ship. Then they called up Harland and Wolff and they said, yeah, we'd like to order some replacement parts for the Subic. So they built a new bow and they put the ship back together. Whoa. Anybody have heard the phrase, been there, done that? Oh yeah, well I'll tell you, it gets better from here.